Frank is bigger, better, and faster in every sense of the word, whether it's his business, his cars, or his boats. He lives by work hard and play harder.
I have had the opportunity to work with Mr. Frank Scheelen for the past 16 years, and it has been a pleasure to witness his magnificent work and growth.
As our largest master distributor, Frank and his wife Claudia have built a great business model that balances a large network of VAAs and a thriving consulting business.
He has contributed to our network in many ways. Many of our master distributors have benefited from his ideas and innovation in product and design.
Frank has been a great source of ideas that have impacted our entire network. Things like the R4 scoring for DISC and the Talent Insights concepts.
Frank Scheelen is a visionary and one of the strongest businessmen I've ever worked with.
Please welcome the founder of Insights MDI International and our German master distributor, Frank Scheelen.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to speak in front of this outstanding audience. But before I start to talk about some business ideas, I always thought the Europeans on the fashion side, they are far ahead. But be honestly, after I saw Todd's jacket, I have to rethink about that. What do you think? I think he has to go to Italy and coach and train the Italian guys there. So a few months ago, Rick called me and he was saying, hey Frank, do you want to share some business ideas? We started our business 25 years ago and he thought, let's share some secrets or some ideas. I said, oh, sure. So how much time do I have? Can I do a workshop, a half a day or something like that? And he was saying 20 minutes. I said, okay, I got it. I have to speak faster. Okay, so I hope my speed is good. So we did a lot of learnings in the last 25 years. I was starting with the Brian Tracy business. Who was working in the Brian Tracy business a long time ago? Okay. Oh, my darling. Hello there. That's the way I started. But 94, I realized I need assessment tools. Without assessment tools, there's the basic is missing to develop people. That was my learning curve. And 94, when I brought the concept over to Germany, this kind of assessment tools on soft skills was a little bit scary. What in heck are they doing there? Now, 25 years later, we had last year our best year in business. We hit 7 million turnover. We have 1,200 distributors. And in the moment, or last year, we had 900 leads we have been getting on our table. So the business is quite interesting. But I think there are some major things. And once I was driving on a German Autobahn. And who has been in Germany? Give me a sign. Oh, who was driving with me in Germany? He's still laughing. Okay, that's good. So as you know, in Germany, there's no speed limit. So that means no speed limit. So I was driving home after a week having training and workshops and things like that. And I was thinking to myself, what in heck I'm doing? I'm working on the business or in the business? And at that time, that was 10 years after I opened the business with my wife. Where's Claudia? Oh, she's gone. Oh, here she is. We are doing the business from the beginning. And for me, it was very clear I was working in the business by far too much than on the business. And I was very proud after 10 years in the business that I know every client and they have been excited and I loved my seminar and speeches and things like that. But I realized I was the, how do you call it, bottleneck of the organization. And at that time I realized, okay, I have to change something. And that was the time I opened up a different business. I hired people and I realized the business on the consulting side is an interesting business, but the real business is on the distribution side. Selling it to clients, selling it to distributors. But be honestly, if you are trainer and coaches, like I was at that time, selling reports is a different story. It's a different setup, it's a different mindset and things like that. And I realized I have to open up a different organization that's just doing the distribution business, working with the 1,200 distributors we're having now, and pushing it out to the market. But the real money, the real value is definitely in there. I think our business is not a secret. It's not secret, it's not magic what we are doing. There are some straight ahead formulas, I would say, for this. So you have heard that I have a hobby. My hobby is car racing. I'm the leader in the moment in the field in Germany on the Ferrari racing thing. And this year is Nico, he's my coach. And I'm working with him, and I think there's something what you 100% can take over from racing to business. I don't know, have you ever heard about telemetry? I don't know how to translate that in English. Have you ever heard about telemetry? Okay, only a few guys. Okay, in my opinion, only what you measure, you can change. Only things we are measuring, we can work on it. This is telemetry. Nico is my coach. He's the European master in the class. And Nico is driving here, I'm driving here. So here you see exactly the braking points and things like that. So when Nico drives with my own car, and all other things are exactly the same, of course, that's important. Nico is, let's say, on the beginning, 1 or 2 seconds faster on the beginning. But generally speaking, he's not driving all over faster. So the key is that he is just in, let's say, in this corner, here and here, he makes a difference. And I think that's exactly the same thing in business. You cannot do everything different. You cannot be faster on everything. That's not possible. But if you realize what are the biggest gaps you have in your life or in business, you can concentrate on this corner. That's what I'm doing when I go out with Nico. I do all the same, but I concentrate on this corner. There's another breaking point, there's another line, or whatever. And I tell you, end of the day, I'm 1 second or 2 seconds faster. And I think that's exactly the same what we can do in a business. If we know what are the right corner, if we know what are the right gaps, we can make a big difference. Okay, first thing. So I only have 20 minutes, so I have to concentrate it. First thing for me, what I was saying on the beginning, I think it is a best idea. And if I take a look to all my colleagues in training and speaking in Germany, they're running a lot, going behind clients and being on stage and doing seminars and things like that. But it's very simple. If you are in a training business, in a speaking business, and you are running a lot of seminars, 100, 120, 150, 180 days, I did that crazy stuff my life on the beginning, you can go up to 1 million or a little bit higher. That's it. And you are running out of energy and everything like that. You like it, I think, the first 10 years like I am, but after this is critical. So building up a distribution business, I think it's the key to make a big jump in our business. So what we did is we have different companies, and one company is the tool business. I will show you later. This is our team, by the way. And the tool business, we have set up our own company. We have set up a whole sales team. We have set up a management team, and they're running behind the distributor, that are trainer coaches, and they're running behind the clients. We're doing education, we're doing certification for the clients, and they are using it. And be honestly, when I'm here on stage, what I really like, they call my office and placing orders. I think that's a good concept. Being here or just coming from Florida, where we had a nice time and orders are coming in. So in my opinion, this is very important. We have a second organization that's doing the training business, with all the trainers and things like that. I think the first step is going in, make a job benchmark, measure the whole situation, and then doing the training, and after this, measure it again. And the third thing is consulting. When I heard about consulting, I don't know, John Butler was one of the role models I was working many years together with. He was saying you have to get into consulting and things like that. And of course, that makes sense. We have a few clients, we are just selling the products. We have a few clients, we are doing the product and the training. But be honestly, the real business that we are going through a whole process, we develop the client, and that's when consulting comes in. So what we did, we have one organization that's in the middle, that's Insights, Success Insights. This is just the tool business. own sales department and things like that. In my opinion, you have to make different organization. And what we learned, the best trainers, they cannot sell. I don't know, how is this in the States similar? Okay, I thought it's only in Germany, but that's the problem. I think a good trainer will not sell. A good trainer likes to be on the podium doing the seminars and all that kind of stuff, but selling, different thing. Sometimes they're saying, I'm the best sales trainer, but I can sell sales training. So I don't know, sometimes a little bit tricky. Okay, so that means one thing is the product part. The second part, what we do in the Scheelen Institute in Switzerland, Germany, and Austria, this is the combination between tools and training. Going in with the tools is one thing, but I think running the sales trainings, running the leadership training and things like that is of course a very good combination, but these are other people. They are working very close together, very often. They open the account through the products, but after the products, we take the trainer, the consultants on board. And the last thing is the consulting group, what we have. These are the people, they're doing the consulting work. And the important thing is, if you have different organizations, that they start to talk to each other and going out to the same clients and doing things together. That was the tricky thing from the sales situation, bringing it over to the training and the consulting level. For me, the big difference was after 10 years in business, was the decision changing the organization. We made the decision that it is AG, that's a public company. We have now the 5 companies. We have a management team finding the right people. On the beginning, I thought our best trainer, these are the best managers, but I learned very fast, good trainer is not a good manager at all. So we decide, okay, taking a professional management team in, we made a professional organization form and things like that. Now we are having 50 people, but I think that's a big step. I think the step, and for me there are only 2 possibilities, be honestly. For me is one situation is make it very small, exclusive, like a boutique. I don't know, is this the right word? High margin, high price, low cost. The thing what we are running, we are on the opposite side. What I learned, everything what is between, hiring a few people, doing something, selling something there, it costs money, it takes a lot of energy. If you hire people, if you manage people, it's a different business. Be honestly, in my situation in the moment, I'm only doing what's 30, 50 days on training with my old clients. And most of the time, I'm involved in developing the company, developing the network and things like that. But the management team is running the organization. And from there on, we have been up to 1 million. We doubled to 2.5 million. And from there on, we had the right trainers and people with us, and they're over 10 years with us. Then we went up to the next level. So for me, working not in the company, working on the company was a breakthrough. I don't know how that is with you, but very often we are running and doing our business, and we are so happy what we are doing, but losing the focus, and I think that's a challenge. The next thing, the third thing, position yourself. Be honestly, when I started the business, Claudia, my wife, and myself, we had an apartment, and the idea was 20% of the apartment is the office, and 80% is the living room. After 3 months, I don't know if you made the same experience, after 3 months it was the other way around. So we have been living in the 20% and 80% was the chaos, the office and boxes and things like that. So nobody knows us. In Germany alone we have 100,000 trainers, and I would say 80% of these 100,000, they cannot live with the money they are making. I don't know how this is in the States, but that's the situation we have in Germany. So when I opened up my company, nobody was waiting for Frank Scheelen, of course. So I have to start doing things. At this time, there was no internet, by the way. Now you know how old I am, so long time ago. When I talked to my son and I was saying, hey, when I started the business, there was no internet. I said, oh, that's interesting. How did you find Google without an internet? I said, oh, that's a very good question. I never thought about that.